wake up with fire in your soul, ready to conquer the day. Your to-do list sits on your desk like a battle plan, waiting for action. But as the hours tick by, something happens. The fire dims. Suddenly, you're not on the front lines of your life anymore. You're trapped in a cycle of excuses, lost in the endless scroll of your phone, or distracted by fleeting, meaningless tasks. And then, the guilt creeps in, a whisper that turns into a roar. Why can't I just get it together? This isn't just procrastination. It's a silent thief, stealing your time, your potential, and your connection to purpose. But here's the truth. You don't have to fight this battle alone. Islam offers profound guidance to break free from this cycle and reclaim your time with meaning and intention. Let's dive in and uncover how. Before we dive into solutions, let's address some common misconceptions. Many people think procrastination is just laziness, but that's not true. Procrastination often stems from deeper issues: fear of failure, overwhelming tasks, or even perfectionism. It's important to understand this because beating yourself up over it only adds guilt, which makes it harder to act. Islam, in its wisdom, acknowledges our human struggles and offers practical guidance, not condemnation. Now, let's start with a real-life scenario. Imagine you have a client assignment or an important project due. You know it's crucial, but instead, you binge-watch a show or scroll through TikTok. When the deadline looms, panic sets in. You promise yourself you'll do better next time, but the cycle repeats. Sound familiar? This is where Islamic teachings come in, offering both spiritual and practical tools to break the cycle. First, let's understand why procrastination can be so spiritually damaging. In Islam, time is seen as one of the greatest blessings. Allah says in the Quran, "By time indeed, mankind is in loss, except for those who have believed, done righteous deeds, and advised each other to truth and patience." Time is fleeting, and wasting it is like squandering a treasure we'll never get back. But here's the good news. Islam also emphasizes the immense mercy of Allah and the possibility of change. Let's look at practical steps grounded in Islamic teachings. One of the first things we can do is set intentions. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Actions are judged by intentions." Before starting any task, take a moment to renew your intention. Remind yourself that completing this task is an act of worship if done for the sake of Allah. For instance, studying can be seen as seeking knowledge, which is highly rewarded in Islam. Another practical tool is dividing tasks into smaller, manageable parts. The Prophet taught us not to overwhelm ourselves. He said, "Take up good deeds only as much as you are able, for the best deeds are those done regularly, even if they are few." Instead of aiming to finish an entire project in one sitting, break it down. Complete one small section and celebrate that accomplishment. Now, let's address distractions. In today's world, our phones can be our biggest time thieves. Islam teaches us to prioritize what matters. The Quran reminds us that believers are those who avoid idle talk. While this refers to unnecessary conversations, it can also apply to wasting time on unproductive activities. Try this. Before picking up your phone, ask yourself if this action aligns with your goals and values. Another crucial Islamic principle is accountability. The concept of self-accountability encourages us to reflect on our actions daily. Umar ibn al-Khattab famously said, "Take account of yourselves before you are taken to account." At the end of each day, review how you spent your time. Did you use it productively? If not, don't despair. Use this reflection to improve tomorrow. Let's talk about motivation, or the lack of it. Often, we procrastinate because we don't feel motivated. But here's the thing. Waiting for motivation can keep you stuck. Islam encourages action, even when it's difficult. In the Quran, Allah says, "So when you have finished your duties, then stand up for worship, and to your Lord direct your longing." This verse reminds us to keep moving, transitioning from one task to another, with Allah in mind. Another practical strategy is to create a routine anchored around prayers. The 5 daily prayers are not just acts of worship, they also structure our day. Think about it. Fajr sets the tone for the morning, while Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha provide natural breaks. Use these moments to reset and refocus. The Quran advises us to seek help through patience and prayer. Balancing worldly responsibilities and spiritual duties can feel daunting, but Islam offers guidance here too. The Prophet said, "Your body has a right over you, your eyes have a right over you, and your spouse has a right over you." This hadith teaches us to strive for balance. While it's important to be productive, it's equally crucial to rest and recharge. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury, it's a responsibility. Let's not forget the power of community. Surrounding yourself with supportive, like-minded individuals can make a huge difference. In the Quran, Allah says, "O believers, be mindful of Allah and be with the truthful." Join a study group, connect with a mentor, or simply share your goals with a friend. Accountability and encouragement go hand in hand. As we approach the end of this discussion, let's summarize the main takeaways. Procrastination is not just a bad habit. It's a challenge that requires both spiritual and practical solutions. By renewing our intentions, breaking tasks into smaller steps, minimizing distractions, holding ourselves accountable, and seeking help through dua and prayer, we can overcome it. Remember, progress, not perfection, is the goal. And now, here's a powerful reminder. Allah's mercy is boundless. Even if you've wasted years procrastinating, it's never too late to change. The Quran reassures us. Say, O Prophet, that Allah says, "O my servants who have exceeded the limits against their souls, do not lose hope in Allah's mercy, for Allah certainly forgives all sins. He is indeed the all-forgiving, most merciful." Before we part, I have a small request. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to our channel. Let's build a community of Muslims striving to please Allah and make the most of our time. Remember, every moment you spend seeking to improve yourself is a moment closer to Allah. Thank you for watching, and may Allah bless you on this journey.